him, the one you're looking for. The Messiah is here.
Shalom, praise the Lord, gloria a Dios. As you know, there is a lot of things going on around the world. So today, I'm going to start with the questions. There are too many questions that all the rabbis have, and they're trying to figure it out about who's this Moshiach? Is Moshiach is already here? When is going to be appear? How is going to be appear? Who is going to choose him? And also that what he's going to do. All those questions they've been trying to search, and lately a few of the rabbis are concentrating on the book of Daniel, because they knows that God have promised Daniel to come back. Or even if they don't understand that part, their rabbi, their Rambam, their sages, they already told them if the Moshiach is coming, he could be one of from the dead, the Daniel from the dead. And that's who I am. And that's where the 70 weeks of prophecy start. 1962, April the 7th, 1962, I born, and from there, 70 weeks or 70 years you can count, which will be 20, 31, 32. It's all depend, you need to count days, month, and the years, the falling in two categories. And if you calculate all those things, there will be exactly 70 weeks of prophecy from the day I born. Now, they also have some issues with Christians, with the Revelations chapters and everything. But if you understand Zechariah, Daniel, Malachi, Habakkuk, Haggai, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, if you read, most of the prophecy has been fulfilled, and especially in Zechariah and Daniel chapter, they're talking about the false Messiah will enter in the last 3.5 years of the 7 week. Now, where those 7 weeks fall in, which is if you subtract 2031 minus 7, that will be, you're looking at 2024. And then 3.5 years, which will be 2027. So last 3.5 years, 2026 and upward, will be the false Messiah will enter. Remember, if you read the Daniel chapter, he will make covenant with many nations, not with Israel. Not with Israel. He will make covenant with many nations, and then he will come after Jerusalem. He will come after the saints. That's what he's talking about. He is not going to make covenant with Israel, but then he will come after Israel, and also he will be taken out and come back again. As the Daniel chapter is talking about, because he will believe and then he come with, because he will promise to give them a land to those other nations, and he will jump again. But then he will be destroyed over there. So all those things you all need to understand through the word. And then you will know where we are standing and who is the Moshiach. So if you read with me and open the book of Daniel, I will go through few scriptures. I cannot go through the whole book, but few scriptures to make you understand that we are in the end time. Only reason I can tell you because I am the end. I am the end time. I am the Daniel from the dead. And that's how I can open this book much better than your sages and your rabbi can do it. And that's why I am telling you that I am the one you are looking for. I am the one to take you home. I am the one to build the temple. And I am the one is your king and the priest. And I am the son of King David. All those things are connected to each other. Like I told you, Samuel chapter 2:17, 2:7, that God promised King David that one day his own son will be on throne forever and ever. Now the same promise, if you read with me Daniel 7:9. Look at this. In my vision that night. So now Daniel is watching again this vision. I looked, and there before me was one like a son of man, coming with the cloud of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All peoples, nations, and men of every language worship him. Now this is the same promise King David's son. God gave it to King David that one day your son will be on my throne forever and ever, and his kingdom will be forever and ever. He is talking about son of King David. At the same time, over here, he's talking about the same person, the Ancient of Days. So Ancient of Days is somebody who was born before. He is the one which is one of the son of King David or descendant of the son of King David. He is the same person over here, that son of man, come and rest upon him. Now, if you read the whole Torah and the Bible, the Christian people, listen to me, because you all do not understand the Torah, and you just go through what New Testament is talking about. But over here, the resurrection of the soul. Over here, the Ancient of Days is back, and the Son of Man rests upon him. When he rests upon him, that soul is the resurrected soul. That's the one reveal me who I am, who I was, and what is my job will be. I was the Daniel that God had promised in chapter 12:13. As for you, go your way until the end. At the end of the days, before the end of the days, you will rise again to receive your inheritance. The same inheritance God has promised son of King David. He cannot promise two people. He has promised only one person in this whole Torah. Now, if you read the John chapter 3, when John is saying that I see the Spirit like dove rest upon him. Remember, on him, rest upon him. And he said, the Spirit comes just like the air comes and goes, and nobody knows, and have it touch, then you become a born of the Spirit. That's what they are talking about, the born of the Spirit. I am talking about over here, resurrection of the soul. The soul are in the past, is dead, they will be alive. That's what I am talking about, that one day all the Jewish people whose names are written in the book, those will be the resurrected soul. Just like what happened to me, the Spirit will come upon them. Just like the Son of Man rest upon me, the same Son of Man's Spirit will rest upon them, and they will realize who they were. So all those people names are written is written in chapter 12:10, chapter 12 in the Daniel, that their names were written in the book of life. They will be resurrected, and they will be. Okay, so this is what it says. The wording. Let me tell you exactly. They will be shining. So it says, multitude who were in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life, others to shame and everlasting contempt. Those who are wise will shine like the brightness of the heaven, and those who lead many to righteousness like the star forever and ever. So, but you, Daniel, keep this prophecy a secret until the time of the end. So, time of the end, all these things will happen in end time, in last 7 years. So this resurrection of the souls is talking about all the Jewish people. The born again, we're talking about for the Gentile. So you need to understand the resurrection soul and the born again is two different things. It's not the same. I am a resurrected soul. I am the Daniel from the dead. And that's why I can tell you that we are in the end time. The end time started when I born and when I came to know in June of 1999. So 36 years before and now 36 years after. So there are 72 years. It's 70 years, but it's all depend. You need to calculate. I was born in April the 7th, so there is 4 months in the year was cut off. So 8 months over there. Then when the Spirit of the Lord came upon me, the Son of Man rest upon me, it was in June. So it's another 6 months cut off over there. And then when I will be on my throne, I don't know which month I will be on my throne. So you need to deduct those also months. And then you have to go through the calendar, Georgian calendar and the regular calendar, to understand how many years there will be. But there will be exactly 70 years, which will be fall in 2032. And you subtract 7 years from that, where everything will start. But God have given you a wisdom and the knowledge. And your rabbis and sages already told you that temple has to be built. Without me, you cannot build the temple. Moshiach has to be there because the Spirit of the Lord is rest upon me. And He has to be there. He has to take you with Him to the promised land where we can build His house, where whole world can see the God glory. If you read Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel, if you understand most of the prophecy being fulfilled, it says that there will be one day, Israel will be born in one day, in 24 hours, in 1948. In 1948, May, I guess, and we were given the name Israel for the state of Israel. In one day, in 24 hours. That is fulfilled. Then also in Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel talking about that the land, the desolate land will produce, and the whole Israel will be like Eden. days of Eden, it will be like full of people, and there will be a wines, and there will be a food, and the produce everything. Remember, when it is desolate, there is no water, and now there is a water and everything. So we're talking about almost everything is fulfilled, and also say, he said that one day he will bring everybody to Israel by hand pick. He will bring everybody to Israel, and he is bringing. Now, not all of them are been there yet. But as soon as you choose your Moshiach, the whole world will come to know that something is going on, and they will change their mind, and they all will come to know that Moshiach is here, and they all will start packing the bag and leave the United States and most of the country. He said that one day Israel will be so many people that he will extend the land. He will take over the other land. The other land will be ours. All those things are written. It's all written. Jerusalem never will be divided. Remember, because that's a God land. That's a holy land. That's his land. He is going to dwell in that place. Nobody will split that land. And that will happen. And I told you, many nations will join with us. Many nations will join with us because they will know the Lord is with us, and there many nations won't be joined with us. Now, they're all looking for false Messiah. Now, the fourth beast, which is they're talking about, which is very dreadful, very dangerous. Now, what I see right now, we are in the end time. We are right now, let's count 10 years away from the end, the last 7 years, but right now everything is started. If the Putin went to China other day, he's making deal with the China, he's making deal with the Turkey, he's making deal with the Iran. Now, he is trying to go each and every place. It looks like they are forming a bond together to destroy the world. And he could be one of them. He could be one of them because he started and nobody able to stop him in Ukraine. Even the United States is the most powerful country in the world, and the NATO, nobody stop him. This war is going on for almost now 4 or 5 months. That's the longest period of time I have seen the war, and in their own community or country, which is I'm talking about the white man fighting with the white man. I never seen that before. I have seen the United States go and fight with Afghanistan or China, or Japan, but I never seen any war. I haven't seen since I born. So this is the first thing that Russia and Ukraine, they both fighting each other and nobody can help them and nobody can able to stop this. And these things looks like gonna go furthermore. Like I said that it is a contagious. It is a contagious war and it's gonna spread. And like I said, the Japan is worrying about the China is about to take over the Taiwan. And if that will happen, I am telling you, it's gonna be all over the world, the war will start. And it's coming. And it's coming very, very fast. You see, all the prime ministers are resigning. There is no election 4 times in Israel. Our President Biden have a COVID right now, and they're talking about he won't even make it this 3.5 years. It is one by one by one. You see the Sri Lanka is gone. Yesterday, Guyana is gone. I mean, India is itself in trouble too. Pakistan is itself in trouble. China is already in trouble. I mean, war of rumor and finance problems already started. It's exactly what is written in Zechariah chapter. That before the rebuilding of the temple, there will be all these problems will start. We're going to have a very soon food problem. It's already started, but they've been hiding. Now yesterday I heard from one of my close friends that in Houston, Harris County, which is one of the biggest county in America. The second biggest county in America is Harris County. And they are shutting down for another 4 weeks. They're talking about the COVID or some kind of virus is coming from New York and spreading over here. Now I told you about the chicken pox will come. Now within a week, there are 4 times increase. There are 2,800 cases of chicken pox in America, all over America. All the plagues is written in the book. It's coming. One by one, because we still have a time. We still have a time. And all those things gonna happen before. But you have a time. You know your Moshiach. The Jewish people knows that their Moshiach is coming. Nobody's waiting. Nobody's waiting for the Messiah or Moshiach. As you are waiting, because you all know that Moshiach is supposed to come. He has to build the temple. He has to bring everybody home. He has to show the world the Torah is correct. He will be a priest and the king of the world. I mean, if you read what he will be, I mean, it's really shocked me too that they're going to worship me. They're going to have to worship me. I mean, if I tell my wife that all the nations going to worship me, she will think that I'm a devil. She will think, because it is not easy for any human to accept me as to bow down. But it's written that all the nations will bow down and worship me. And there's nothing I can do, because I am the one God has sent me to you, as in Zechariah chapters talk about, that He has sent me, and then you will know that God has sent me when I will be in the midst of you and build that house for Him, where you all will see the God glory. And all the world will come and worship. If they do not come, then they will be cut off. There won't be no rain. Remember, it says in all the prophecies been fulfilled, there will be highway all over that people can come inside. It's happening right now. If you go to Israel, then you will understand how much prosperity in last 70 years been happening in Israel. Exactly it says in the Daniel chapter that it will be prosper. They will be ready. They will be ready for the war. They will be the most powerful country you will see in the end, because in the end the saints, the people of the saints will be take over. The holy people will be take over everything. We are the beacon of the light, and we are the one going to in control. You cannot change the world. It says if you put anything in this book or take it away, you will get the plagues are written on this book. Now I explained to you 100 times that I am not the Jesus. I am the son of King David, which is God have promised that one day his son will come. I am the Shiloh from the beginning, which Jacob had prophesied. I am the same that in the number 17, Balaam is the one prophesied for that he will come one day. He see the man who will come. That's who I am. I am the branch. I am the Joshua from the Zechariah chapter 3 that God is talking about, that I am serving him and on the earth right now. I am his servant. I am the one God have choose me for this end time. I've been telling you this now quite 3.5 years, but 36 years ago, in 1999, which is right now probably more than 20 years, I've been telling you that I am the ancient one. Ancient one is somebody is old. Somebody was born before. That's who I am. In June of 1999, Son of Man came in the cloud of heaven in the daytime, and he approached me, and in the end he rested upon me. And only thing came out from my mouth, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, build my house, build my house, build my house. And when I digest the book, when I was up there, they gave me the book and said, digest it, eat it. When I eat, I realized that I am the one to build the temple. God opened my eyes in each and every chapter. And I can read the chapter 12 over here. At that time, Michael, the great prince who protects your people, will arise. There will be a time of distress such as has not happened from the beginning of the nation until then. This will be, he's talking about very dangerous things is coming ahead. But at that time, your people, everyone whose name is found written in the book, will be delivered. Multitude who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to everlasting life and some to shame. Remember, these things going to happen, and it's going to happen very soon. As soon as you accept your Moshiach by faith, we can start building the temple. We can start building the temple because he will come when we will start putting the sacrifice. When we are doing the sacrifice in the temple, then he will come. The false Messiah will come after us. Last 3.5 years. So he will make the covenant for 7 weeks for other nations. But middle of that, he will come after the Jerusalem and Israeli people. That's what he's talking about. The false Messiah will come and he will act like he is the God. All those things will happen when you will put me on my throne. And also it says 62:7 will pass in the 924 to 927, and anointed one will be cut off. Anointed one will be cut off, but he will be cut off, accomplish nothing. So what he's trying to tell you on that one, that anointed one will be killed. If there is a A plan and there is a B plan, I told you, if you do not accept me right now, if you do not accept me, then there won't be no king. There won't be no king, and there won't be no temple. There won't be no physical temple. The temple will come from above there. Because you didn't accept your king by faith. So if you accept me by faith, we will build the temple. and everybody will see the God glory. Otherwise, we are looking at nothing but the troubles and the 7 plagues, and 7 seal will be open, as in Revelation chapters talking about. And then the 2 prophets will die and rose again. That day you will know your suffering Moshiach. That's what will happen. The 2 prophets, you would not understand till the prophet will die, 2 prophets will die and rose again. That day you will know that you all have done mistake. That God have told your Moshiach will come, but you still not accepting. I am your Moshiach. I am your king. I am your priest. It's not going to be easy journey for me. It's not going to be easy journey for me, I know that. But on the same time, I cannot back off. I cannot back off. I'm going to fight for my inheritance, and I will get my inheritance. And it's been given. It's been given, and I will take it. I will take it at any cost. And I am coming. I am coming to Israel very soon. As soon as some righteous rabbi understand who I am the one dead, Daniel from the dead that you are looking for. It says exactly, there's a whole Torah in the Bible. There is no other scriptures that you can read that Son of Man came and rest upon one of the person, which is the Ancient of Days. Even Jesus had spirit like dove rest upon him. In my case, I have Son of Man rest upon me. He didn't see Son of Man coming in the cloud. I have seen the Son of Man coming in the cloud. Now that is a powerful thing that I am telling you. Nobody, whoever is telling you that they are Moshiach or Jesus, they can talk like this. Because they never would understand what happened after the Son of Man rest upon me. They don't know the feelings, what they feel, how they act, how they see the things. They can't, because Son of Man is not rest upon them. They are just an ordinary man, making you all fool. I am not making you fool. I am the one, your Moshiach. It's simple. It's the end. You accept me right now by faith, you all will be blessed. If you honor me, you are honoring my Father. Right now, you are honoring yourself and your rabbi. Even your rabbi knows what I talk about, but they do not want to confront and talk and let you all know that this guy makes some sense. I don't have to be a PhD or have some kind of degree to become a king, because King David was just a shepherd boy. So in my case, God have trained me. I've been businessman for years. God have trained me, and I can handle anything. It will come on my plate. I can handle it, and I will handle it, even though it seems so huge. It seems like how I will make everybody to come down and worship me or bow down to me or taking care of all the nations. It's not easy. But God is for us. Who can be against us? If God's Spirit is rest upon me, why should I be worried? It's His battle, not my battle. It's His battle. And He will be guide me each and everywhere I go. Every step and move I make, He will be with me. He has promised me. He said, do not fear. Do not be fear of nobody except the Lord, except me. Fear of me only. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of the knowledge, and the wisdom foolish despise. I am not a fool. God have trained me for this. Now, Ezekiel chapter. Remember, also talk about the resurrection, the valley of the bone. They all will come. They all will be resurrected. Those souls will be resurrected. That's what I'm talking about. Resurrection of the soul versus born again Christians. There are two different things God are talking about over here. We will be same people were born before. That's what God is talking about, resurrection of the soul born of the valley of the bone, where all the bones will be joined again, or the spirit will come inside of them and they will be start walking. All those things is going to be fulfilled. 70, 80, 90% of the prophecy has been fulfilled. Only left is 10%, which is the resurrections. Gog and Magog, put the Moshiach on the throne, build your temple, bring everybody back to Israel. Those are the only thing is left. Even though part of the prophecy of bringing everybody to Israel, people are moving already to Israel, it's been happening. You all get your things together, call me, let's start building the temple. You need me. You always gonna need me because Spirit of the Lord is rest upon me. You cannot build the temple. And remember, I was watching, let me tell you, I was watching some of those videos about, some of those rabbis talking about the Daniel. And they're talking about 1,290 days and 1,335 days. In the end of the 12th chapter, it says, blessed are those who wait till 1,235 days. 1,335 days. Now, he's not talking about years. He's talking about days. Days. He's talking about days. He's not talking about 1,235 years or 1,290 years. No, he's talking about days. But you all talking about in the years, even though it's written days, which is 1,290 is 3.5 years. That's what we are talking about, that last 3.5 years. In the middle of the 7, he will forsake, he will come, desolate the temple, he will desolate the sacrifice. That's what the false Messiah will do. And we still have time. We have a time to build the temple. Let's start build the temple. All the Israeli young guys, listen to me. I am for you. God has sent me to you. We can build the temple together. I need your support right now. You all understand what I'm talking about. But the most of the rabbis, they do not want to, because they feel shame. They feel shame to even call me, because they think, they still think that why God didn't choose them. Now let me tell you one more thing. Even though some of those rabbis may not be a Jew, they may be a Christians, because I heard one of the guy's testimony that he was just like what the Christian people always talk about, those pastors, that they had a rough time, they were doing drugs, they were doing alcohol, they had a bad life, and suddenly they are born again. That's what one of the rabbi was talking about. I think his name is, I don't want to say his name, but he knows, and he's become righteous, and he's bringing too many people to in righteousness. He will be the star in the sky forever. But we The resurrected soul will be the shine forever in the kingdom of heaven. That's what God is talking about. Resurrection of the soul and born again Christians. In the end time, the Jerusalem will be the worship for all the nations. Things are going to change in matter of days. It is about time. It's about time that you choose your Moshiach. Because otherwise you're gonna end up in dying. I told you on my previous video. You all will die in your sin. You won't see your Moshiach. This is the time for you to come to me and let's start building the temple, and nobody will stop us. Call me, write me, please put some comment, think about me, let everybody know. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.